This started out as a fun, simple project. Students were training a machine learning model to recognise a few different toy figures, like the Doctor, Gandalf, and a Ghostbuster. But the students were curious why their machine learning model was recognising each toy figure. For example, what was it about this picture of the Doctor that the computer had learned to recognise as being the Doctor? There are adult developers that I've worked with who would declare there's no way of knowing. They would say that machine learning models are a black box and that we can't tell anything about why they produce the output that they do. What I love about working with children is they can sometimes be less constrained by those kinds of assumptions about things that aren't possible. They came up with some guesses. For example, that top left-hand corner, that's probably not significant, right? Now, we had some time in the lesson, so I encouraged them to test their instincts. They edited the image, they covered up that patch that they guessed wouldn't be significant, and then they got the machine learning model to recognise the overall image again. As you can see, the model still recognised the image as the Doctor, and the confidence level was almost unchanged. So that seemed to confirm their guess. That part of the image wasn't significant in why the machine learning model recognised this as the Doctor. So they tried it again. They covered up the upper body. Instinctively, they felt that should be more significant, and the testing seemed to confirm it. Again, it still recognised it as the Doctor, but the confidence score dropped by over 20%. That suggested that the body was a significant part of why the model recognised this as being the Doctor. Some of the results did surprise them. Covering the left foot seemed to be very significant, caused the confidence score to drop to 56%. I've got no idea why, but that was really interesting to see. They spent the rest of the lesson experimenting like this, covering different parts of the image and seeing the difference that it made to the confidence score each time. I loved the way that lesson went, and I enjoyed watching the insight that they got from doing it. After the lesson, I took the idea away and came up with a Scratch script that could automate what they'd done manually for themselves. I made a Scratch script that would move that black square to every possible space on the webcam image, recording the difference that it made to the confidence score at each location. Then I used those differences to make a visualization. The visualization put the black squares back, but with the transparency set to be proportional to the difference that it made to the confidence. I showed the class this Scratch script in my next lesson with them the following week. It was just an automation of what they'd been doing for themselves. It was simple, but it's an effective way of giving a little bit of insight into the question that they'd asked me the week before. What is it about this webcam picture that the machine learning model recognised as the Doctor? I love that they found an answer for themselves by playing and experimenting and discussing, all using Scratch blocks that they're already familiar with. And they did all of this in spite of the black box challenge. In some ways, perhaps they benefited from not starting from the position of thinking it might not be possible. The flexibility of blocks in Scratch provides students with opportunities to explore the behaviour of machine learning models in a variety of creative ways.